We are basically rebuilding it from scratch. Just found out we got another surprise. Yeah, this is pretty dang exciting, guys. We have some new ground. Guys, I have some bad news. Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's just getting light out. You can kind of see I just passed the farm where last time that you guys were on camera, the loader tractor was sitting right there with the front tire off. It's only 3 tires. So they got that fixed. The loader's back home. Tire just popped. The front tires are probably just bad. So, I mean, that tractor's got 4,600 hours on it, so it doesn't surprise me that the thing popped. But anyway, 6:30 in the morning. It is daybreak. Good Friday. I am actually off work today. It's a holiday for us at John Deere. So I figure I'm gonna take advantage of the nice weather and try to finish up our boundaries. If I'm not gonna finish them up, I'm gonna at least get pretty dang close. So today I'm gonna basically go from, I'm gonna buzz around home, mark GPS lines on a couple of the fields around home, and then I'm actually gonna start heading to Hoffman's, then I'm gonna head to Long's, do all the fields down there, and then I'm gonna head to our new farm. So let's go ahead and get moving. It's gonna be a cold one. It got below freezing last night, so I'm gonna be dressed up real warm today. So let's have a good day. Nathan's hauling corn right now, and I believe the plan for this weekend is they're gonna get the floater tires on the sprayer, they're gonna start rebuilding that anhydrous bar, and they're gonna get all of their spring equipment out of cold storage and kind of swap, bring the fall equipment up to the cold storage, bring the spring equipment down from the cold storage. Then we can start working on it. That way it's gonna be a little bit rainy next week, and then after it dries up, we're gonna be ready to hit the fields. Alrighty, so I'm all coveralled up. I'm just gonna put a face mask on, and I gotta go find the side-by-side because I thought it was up here last time I checked, but someone might have taken it back down to Pat's place. But anyway, I thought I'd explain what we're doing to the anhydrous toolbar, our DMI 4250. This is basically how we get our nitrogen is anhydrous, and how we apply it is through this anhydrous toolbar. So what it basically does is it pulls tanks of anhydrous, and this toolbar basically just takes the pressurized anhydrous, runs it through the supercooler, and then through a rate controller, which is kind of ground driven. So basically the faster we drive, the faster that wheel spins, the faster it meters out product, and basically meters it out through all these tubes, and it shoots it out on these knives. And you guys will see once we actually get some videos applying anhydrous. I might even be applying a little bit. If not, I'll for sure get some videos to explain it. But we are rebuilding this thing. We are putting a new rate controller on it. We're putting new plumbing on it. We are basically rebuilding it from scratch. The only thing we're leaving is the supercooler because it's pretty good. But I found this other supercooler for dirt cheap. So we're gonna take the plumbing and everything from there and then mount it up there because it's basically, that plumbing is a couple years old. This plumbing is 20 years old, so we're rebuilding it this year. So that's what Pat's been working on. Hopefully we can finish that up this week, and then next week looks really rainy. But then right after it dries up again, we're gonna be ready, to hit the fields. So let's go find that side by side and let's start mapping some boundaries. All right, I'm ready to roll. Face mask, I am all bundled up, but it's cold right now. It's about 25 degrees, there's ice out, but we're gonna get moving. Pat is, I hope you guys can hear me for one, but Pat is checking cattle. Nathan just got back from ADM. He hauled a load this morning, so we're getting stuff done today. It's gonna be a nice day. All right, I just got done with a couple fields down here, just putting guidance lines in. I'm basically putting guidance lines in with the side-by-side because I have a high correction signal, and I got the time to do it. Because I'm only 6 feet wide, it's much easier for me to do it than to do it on the planters. So now I'm gonna head home, probably get the flatbed, load up, and then head to our first farm and head to Hoffman's. There goes Devin. It wasn't Devin, but there goes Devin Hart's in their floater. It's that time of year, fertilizer's getting put on and hydrous is getting put on. We're hauling some grain. We're gonna haul some manure today. Semi's running. And I'm gonna do them boundaries. So let's go get that flatbed hooked up. Whew, it's a cold one today. All right, I'm gonna take Pat calls this the gray pickup. I call it the blue one. But I'm gonna unhook the cattle trailer, the featherweight trailer from it, and I'm gonna hook onto the flatbed. Let's go load up. Just aired up that back right tire. Now let's load these up. Load up the side by side, I should say. Onto the flatbed. These things are heavy. Then we'll get moving. All right, we're loaded up. Let's get moving. It's 7:45. Kind of happy with the progress I've made so far. Like I said, it's not even 8 o'clock. I'm already on the move. Got some fields done already. It's a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Barring any breakdowns or I run out of gas. So put the seatbelt on, head to the Hoffman farm. What are those 3 yahoos doing? Those 3 deer out there? Mom, 2 babies, I bet. Those are the 3 I almost hit this morning. Like a mile to the east on the highway there. Those dumb things. What are they doing? So I figured I'd give a little bit more clarification about what I'm doing in case I didn't explain myself before. So what I'm doing is I'm basically creating a area of the field where it's good to spray or plant and when it's not good to spray or plant. And what that basically does is when we're planting, when we cross into a boundary that we don't want to plant in, it'll just shut the planter off and it'll save us direct money in seed. And then same thing with spraying. When we're spraying through the boundary we don't want to spray through, it'll shut the sprayer off so we don't kill anything and we save chemical cost. It really has saved us thousands of dollars over the last couple of years that we've done this thing. It's a perfect example of why we have a waterway. See how big of a ditch this is? If we didn't have grass to hold the soil in when we get those big rains, this ditch would be twice as big and we'd be able to go through it. So it's basically just soil management. It's trying to keep your soil as long as possible and not let it erode because soil doesn't grow back very fast. We got to keep it as long as we can. I hope the camera picks up on this, but see how up and down this is? I mean, this really isn't even one of our steeper fields. Sorry, you guys can probably barely hear me. But this really isn't that steep, but I mean, there's a lot of slope here. I should say it's relatively not steep because compared to some of the stuff we farm, but the amount of dip, think about all this area where water has to go if we get a big rain. Gravity's a thing, so it basically flows down there. So we need to have grass or some really dense structure to keep the soil in place. So that's why we have waterways, and that's what I'm marking out. So the waterways basically just keep the soil in place and give a path for the water to go. But what I'm doing is I'm marking these waterways out. Basically drawing a line saying, hey, sprayer, don't kill this grass, or don't spray through here. Planter, don't waste your seed as you go through here, so because we know it won't grow. But so that's basically what I'm doing. But yeah, that's a pretty nice ravine right there. All right, let's keep moving. Damn you, water hemp, you're gonna die here next week. I'm gonna head back to Goose Lake. I need to get some gas, and then gonna head and keep going. Just made it to our Goose Lake farm. So I'm basically got about 40 acres here that I'm gonna do. We did some bulldozing work and kind of fix some tree damage, fix some erosion damage. Kind of back behind there, I'll show you when we get over there, but let's keep moving. So what we did was, so some of this is I believe DNR owned ground. So we put some in set aside just to match the stuff on the other side of the dike. And there was also some really bad trees and some really bad washouts in here. So what we ended up doing was we took out half these trees right in through here and left the good part, and we seeded all that down with basically waterway and grass mix just to kind of hold off all the water. But basically what you guys are going to find as an underlying theme of what we do is we try to be good stewards of the land. We give up some farm ground, give up some cash earnable acres in order to save the ground for the next generation. That's kind of the goal, at least. We'll keep moving. After this I gotta go get some gas because we are out. Alright, just filled up with some gas. Now let's head out, head to the next field. Or head to the next farm, I should say. On to the next one. 2 more farms left and everything around the main farm. And one of them's our brand new farm. I'll show you guys that. That's pretty exciting for us. All right, let's get her going. All right, let's get her going. I'm at the long farm right now, and there's a lot to do here. There's probably 10 to 12 fields that I gotta do, and they're all small in patches, no bigger than 40 acres. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna take a couple hours. This is what I'm fighting right now. If I go along the trees, some of my satellites get blocked and my convergence goes to crap. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I got 24 inches of error right now, and that's just not good. I need to be down close to below 10. Anything above 10, I quit. I gotta basically just drive around until my satellites reacquire. Like I've dropped down to 20. I was up to 25, so let's keep driving around. 18, we'll keep driving around until we get down. There are lots of trees down on this fence line, or on this field boundary. Yeah, we're gonna have to spend a couple hours in here trimming trees and basically so we don't scratch up our implements. That needs to happen this year. By Cornelius. That's the field name that we need to do. Mainly just saying that so I remind myself. These are the type of hills that we gotta worry about. You take a fully loaded grain cart over here, you're gonna roll it. I hope this shows up in the camera, but we probably got a 20 something degree slope here. It is pretty steep right here on this drop off. And this is probably our worst farm. This isn't the worst spot. Over there, hopefully I'll get over there and I can show you guys the worst spot. This is frustrating and slow. When you're down in a dip and you got trees all around you, you're losing signal like every 10 seconds. So I basically just drive for a little bit, wait till I lose signal, pause it, drive out and sit in the middle of the open, wait till I get signal, which I'm just about to have signal back. I'm at 10 inches, so I'm gonna go as soon as I shut the camera down. Drive for like another 10 to 30 seconds, stop, wait, rinse and repeat. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. There's the field, guys. This thing was a pain in the neck. You can kind of see there's the high spot right here, so it's got waterways going down, and it slopes from here to there. And these trees, you can't really see, but there's a tree patch right here that was a bugger. All right, moving on. 2 fields done, 4 to go. Here. There they go. I chased them way down there. Sorry, deer. This is a rarity. We don't get a ton of these big boulders. See if I can get the thing in the back of the side-by-side. That would do some damage. Yeah, I can't touch that one. I barely got it out of the ground. Whew, that one's big. All done with the next field. Oh man, I lied. Now I have 4 more to go. Let's get her done. What she looks like. Oh, this field was a bare hay strip and a ton of waterways. It was fun. Get him, buddy! Get another one out. This is the bull that you want to be very, very, very careful when you're combining. Ouch. Especially with a fully loaded grain cart, you can... We've never tipped one here, thankfully, but I've almost pooped my pants on a couple of these hills. There's this bowl I just never took a fully loaded grain cart through. There's the field. I also made some GPS lines. That's the blue lines you see, but... Alright, one more here at Long's, and then just found out we got another surprise. We picked up more ground. Woo. It's gonna be a busy spring, but we're gonna go, actually after this next field, the rest of the day is gonna be all brand new fields. That's exciting. Got some water hemp, got some ragweed. Gotta love weeds. You guys are going down. Right here, this is what'll happen if we don't put in waterways. Just get big old gashes where after a big rain, water just boils down and just takes soil with it. And when it gets so bad, you gotta get a bulldozer in here, but we'll be able to fix that one with disc it up and put a waterway in. All right, all done with the long farm. So now let's head to our new ground. Show you guys it around. It'll be my first time going there and your first time going there. So cue tie laps, let's head to the first piece. Alright, as you just saw in the time lapse, we're not that far away. There's 70 acres here, a pretty good flat ground, a little bit wet in spots. There's some low spots that it's gonna be a little interesting when we farm this, but We are running this ground from a good friend of ours, 70 acres. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Nice pickup in my opinion, but nice flat ground. This will be a good productive, very efficient ground compared to the ground I was just on. I mean, here you can plant 30 acres an hour here, or back on that other farm I was just on, you're lucky if you get 15 an hour. So, good pickup. All right, let's record this boundary and then get moving. Hey, this stuff is rough. That's why I'm gonna cheat. No, but I'm not gonna eat today, Grandma. That's why I said I'm gonna cheat and basically driving the waterway for a little bit. There's definitely some wet spots in here. I mean, things are dry around here, but there's a nice standing water here, so there's definitely going to be all this ground, all this 70 acres we just picked up is not all going to be farmable, but we'll farm what we can. Ideally, I mean, this ground would get tiled here. I mean, it could definitely use some. I can just tell by how the varying soil moisture levels. So, all right, we'll keep moving. Side note, almost got stuck back there, but this is what we say when there's different soil types. See how there's a big color contrast right here? I'm not sure the different types of these soils, but you can definitely tell right here with the elevation change and the color change. Definitely different soil types that's in this field. So I wanted to talk a little bit while I'm going through this. I actually slowed the time lapse down so you guys will see me almost get stuck. You can kind of see it is a very, very damp field. This field needs to be tiled. You can kind of see he put some surface drainage in, but it's still pretty moist. You can kind of see mud just getting kicked up on the side by side there. So this will be interesting to farm. Man, that was one rough, muddy mess. Almost got stuck once. Woo! Now I'm all full of mud, or the side by side is, but hey, we're fine. So that was the first new field. Now let's go to the second new farm, I should say. And this one's a lot bigger. You might even recognize it, actually. Neighbors are putting on anhydrous. It's that time of year. Yeah, but I think they got a new tractor too. Darn it, what's the camera turned on quicker? There's a Steiger that just went by with a strip till rig. And first off, do you guys recognize this at all? Yeah, that's right. This is the site of where that auction was just at. Card right here to that auction video. But you can kind of see there's a couple things still sitting here. I wonder why. One of these things we bought, one of these things we didn't. Oh yeah, there's that Steiger and a strip till rig. So yeah, this is the ground, like I was saying at that auction. We are going to be renting this ground. So we're renting the buildings, running the grain bins. We're also renting the ground itself. So I believe we have a dryer and then a couple bins here and a bin over there that we're renting. We also have some cattle here as well. So like I said, this is the new ground that we got. So I'm going to go out and mark some of these fields and then go on to some more ground, because we got some more ground over up north there, probably 8-10 miles or so. So let's get moving. Well, this is different. This is the farthest south that we've ever farmed. This is Highway 30 right here. Woof, bumpy. Guys, this new farm is freaking huge. We are not used to farms of this size, or fields of this size for that matter. All enclosed is basically follow this fence line all the way up to the buildings way over there, a half mile up, over the buildings, down over, follow this, basically this chiseled ground, the work ground, and see the color difference? That's still part of this field. It's just fenced off right now because there's cattle on it, or there were. We're gonna rip that fence out and I'm still farming in this field. But basically, over that pasture, follow that fence line all the way down. And then if you kept following that fence line down all the way to Highway 30, which is a half mile that way, that is still this field. But we're actually gonna put beans right there. But so basically, what's gonna be corn is all this chiseled ground that you see all the way to Highway 30 and then all the way back up there. This farm is literally huge. I mean, literally, I'm gonna be able to knock out so many acres an hour down here. This is gonna be like it's farming out in wheat country, or like Alex and Andy have down in the God country down south. All that was just 143 acres. That's awesome. God, that is just, I cannot wait to farm that. See, like, I can't get over this. 30 acres, just flat. This is gonna take us an hour to plant. Hardly. So I got all the main boundaries done. So now I'm just gonna mark out some rock piles and whatnot, stuff that we can't pass through, just to give us some alerts. Because if you're approaching a boundary with the Pro 700, it'll actually yell at you when you're getting close to something. Like, there's a rock pile, there's a rock pile. Ooh. Let's go mark them. Guys, I have some bad news. I don't think this guy is okay. I really don't. What's he doing way out here? He hasn't even been dead for that long either. Oh, he's just sleeping. He'll be fine. Yeet! Alright, Pat's down here. He's Gonna be feeding some cattle. So we got chores down here we do every day. It takes about 2 hours, including drive time. So it's time consuming, but it's worth it because it's cheap feed and a nice facility. Let's go touch base with him. There's Pat and the old, couldn't get it enough leverage. The old skid loader, gonna go feed some cattle. I'm gonna head out. So this was 200 acres of Nathan's ground, but we're actually getting another 200 acres. We're gonna go to that one next, so stay tuned. Alrighty guys, this will be the last video I tease you about the stuff we bought on the auction. But I will tell you this, one of them is sitting outside right now. I'll let you be the judge if it's that auger or that ripper. And the other one is in that shed. So our other one purchase that we bought can fit inside a shed. The other one obviously cannot, since it's sitting outside. So yeah, guess down below. Like I said, next video I will reveal, because should be back at the farm. I will reveal what it is. So go ahead and guess. But now let's go ahead and we're gonna head to the north part of this farm that we picked up, or that Nathan picked up, I should say. So let's get moving. Tractors are out and moving, guys. I bet a lot of people are gonna be putting on anhydrous here coming this weekend. These guys are always quick on the trigger, that is for sure, but hey, it works for them. Man, I'm jealous. I wish we were putting on gas. Now we're at the new farm. The third new farm, I should say. Man, we got about 100 and some acres on this side of the road and 100 and some acres on that side of the road. I'll kind of talk to it when I get up on top of the hill. You guys can see more. It's very windy up here, but I'm on the tallest point that we have. So, what Nathan just picked up, 70 acres right here to the tree line. There's about 10 acres of hay. And then another probably 20 or so acres over there. Again, I apologize, it's pretty breezy. So like I said, about 100 acres, 120 acres on this side of the road, and another 100 acres, whoa, this got blown off. About another 100 acres right there. Look right at the truck, and then the chiseled ground right past the truck. That's where our ground's at. So right here, all this corn stubble and hay, and then the chiseled ground. So that's exciting. Good pickup for Nathan. And we just picked up 400 acres in about 5 fields. I can't complain. So this field got blown over a lot by the derecho. You can kind of see there's down corn in a lot of spots. I think talking to Jeff, who farmed this ground for the last umpteen years, and look at the stalks. Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of down corn. He recommends putting in the beans, and I agree with him. All right, I'm calling it quits for the day. I gotta head home, get ready for church, and then family's doing a fish fry tonight because it's Good Friday. So I'm gonna go ahead and strut this thing down and head home. Nathan's in there with the 8050 hauling manure. Back this thing off and clear away. Well, that was fun. It definitely warmed up. It's 50 something degrees right now. I'm definitely overdressed, but I'm heading home for the day. Like I said, it's Good Friday. Have a good Easter weekend, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff this weekend. I'm not gonna be able to help out until Monday, but they're going to get the sprayer out, get the floater tires on the sprayer, hopefully, get all of our fall equipment put up in cold storage, bring all of our spring equipment down from cold storage, and hauling or pardon my pun, a poop ton of manure. Except I wasn't gonna use the word poop. You use your imagination. So, got a lot going on. Spring is just around the corner. Guys are in the field. Oh, it's exciting, very exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hartung Family Farms, and of course, as always, ta-ta for now.